Anyways, listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve. Actually, upstairs for once because it's clean for recording. Usually, with the toddler and what have you, the upstairs has been kind of a hot mess. Tablet's currently going haywire right now. I go mute it. We're gonna mute everything. It's Casey's tablet's all linked up to my stuff. Maybe. Could do this multi-handed down tablet. Hey everybody. Okay, tablet has been muted. It's also really dark in here. It's usually pretty dark in here. I don't actually have a ceiling light in this room. In my my living room. Maybe open some windows. That might help. Hey Art. Hey Humberto. So, I say it open windows. And then they're like the heavy duty like blackout windows because I used to work midnight shifts, so I wanted it to be dark when I came home. So they're kind of thick and a little bit hard to move. Can I get the ones behind the... That didn't work. Failing. I might need the other hand for a second. Can I get it back in the rod? Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm not opening windows anymore. Screw that. Ow, Kiryu. Ugh. Stop getting your headset. Custom Kiryu fell off and spikes abraded my leg. It's a good time. He's wrapped up. He's actually going to be shipping out tomorrow. He's all painted up. Probably after the stream, I'm going to go do a small bit of filming just to kind of show it off a little bit. Also, since I got your art, I'm hoping to get your stuff out too. I got to clear coat the mace, which is also what I plan on doing today. So I'm hoping to get that out, and then the Michael Myers has been hanging out up here that actually doesn't have his head on. Also got to get him out. So 3 things I'm hopefully going to do tomorrow. Worst case, Tuesday. If I don't get it out today, tomorrow, Tuesday for sure. But yeah, anyways, we're upstairs with all the Godzilla stuff. The Random Entertainment Center, it's all fingerprinted from the child. I'm kind of moving some stuff around up here little by little. That cabinet hasn't really changed too much. That's why there's just a couple more big figures hanging out in there. And then one of my print holders fell. So prints are currently hanging on top of the Bandai vinyls. Got to fix that up. Is the plan there. The table there is a hot mess, same with the Zillas. Plus I can't really show that off too well anyways because currently I got a bunch of mail piled up there. The Transformer cabinet has shrunk dramatically. Hey, how's it going? So we got that going on. It's pretty much like this room has been the one that's been condensed the most. So we got all the Transformers Prime and then the Bluey Bubbler that I have to... there we go. That I have to keep elevated, otherwise my daughter will just run around with that thing all day. And it worked really good the first day, and now it just like piles up bubbles. It is the most horrible thing ever. But here's all the Transformers Prime. Which, funny enough, now looking at it, I just was like, I could maybe fit all the Primes in there. No, I can't. That's why there's a multiple layers. But they all fell over, so like I said, we're probably just going to work on doing a little bit of cleaning. Bandai Burning Godzilla, you gotta be more specific. We got a few. Then up here is just kind of some of the leftover generic Transformers that we have. It's mostly Dinobots because my wife's the big Transformer fan. And then a couple of the Playmates Voltron figures hanging out over there. And then I moved the Pacific Rim guys. At least the random ones are hanging out here in our little entryway from the kitchen. Because they used to be up top with all those guys. But Gypsy here likes to fall over, and the bookshelves aren't the most they wiggle a little bit. So I just moved everything here. And Casey's usually pretty good about not touching my stuff for the most part. When she was little, she would used to grab the Bandai vinyls once in a while, but that's about it. Hey, Giganzilla. Just looking because I'm like, I had to pile up. Oh yeah, cleaning sucks. And I'm not even really cleaning my collection that well. Like, there's a few things I've dusted here and there. It's more like just the house in general really needs to be cleaned up because it just keeps getting like neglected and then neglected. So I've been doing a lot like the past couple days. Like I actually used my kitchen table again, so that's cool. Kitchen's pretty much most majority-wise cleaned up now. There's like some more stuff I gotta throw out, and then just moving around things. The bookshelf you'll see over there is one hot mess. That's staying a hot mess. I don't really got a good answer for that one yet. Probably get organized a little better. It's mainly like Jessica's piles of things there got to get taken care of, so then the mangas can kind of get more spread up. Dusting sucks. I've been doing a lot of that. That's one of the big things I've been doing is dusting because there's like ceiling fans, tops of things. Like I yanked all them down and rewashed them. I haven't done the hardest there. I did clean up the Pacific Rim figures when I moved them over there. But I actually made an empty spot because I've been playing Magic recently. So the cards that get you that just kind of get swapped between the decks, I have up here at the moment. Actually, you'll see on the table. It's kind of working on them a little bit here and there. I got some more cards coming in. So anything that's like playable for like more like higher end commander stuff that hangs out up there. And there's just Casey is helping me dust up here. Yeah, it's cardboard crack. Oh, for sure. I got like I think like 2 pay-in-4s going on PayPal for orders I've made. Because my play group is like fairly competitive. Like basically like CD, if you know like CEDH, a lot of the decks are more geared towards that power level. So I've been trying to get stuff up because I like when I initially started building them to get back into it. Most of the play group I played with at the time didn't really like that style, so I kept everything kind of realistic. Like they were good decks, but not like infinite combo-y and stuff. They play infinite combo, so I'm trying to work on getting things more geared towards that. Ultraman figures. Hold on a second. I actually cut down a little bit. Also, I'm afraid to open this cabinet because stuff tends to fall over. I already see Ace is already trying to commit suicide over there. Same with Tiga. I'm going to try to catch him with my finger. Because this is another one of those, like, my daughter runs around a lot and then just things randomly fall over from vibrations. I'm going to see if I can prop you up against Bimular there. So there we go. So this is the Ultraman cabinet. Got some autograph stuff in the back. Like that's autographed by the director of Orb. I got a Ben Furia Ultraman there signed. And just like some of the Kaijus. Ultraman Great Towards the Future stuff. My personal favorites are the 3-0 ones. There's the OG Gridman, and then some of the more stylized Zero and Belial. There's like other random tokusatsu stuff. Like there's Kiba Rangers and the Spider-Man, back there. And this shelf's pretty much like Gridman anime for the most part. Then bottom shelf is more figure arts and a lot of guys that kind of fell over. I'm currently working on trying to get upright. And my Kamen Rider Black stuff. With the car and whatever. Those are all like the high-end stuff. Got the Kaiju ones up here at the top. These are the ones my wife really likes. I like them too because anime girls, like, what can go wrong? Over here, like I mentioned, there's the Bandai vinyls. with stuff all over the top of them. But a lot of like my random Ultraman ones are hanging out here too. So you see like Galactron, I think is what your name, and a couple of other ones sprung out here and there. It's pretty compact right now. I'm trying to figure out a better way to kind of spread them out a little bit more. Because over there, I got like a light, and I'm kind of contemplating on trying to like cram some bookshelves over there and have to kind of shift things just a little bit. That's an eventually. That's more of like a next year thing. I'm not too worried about right now. Like they could stay condensed. I don't know why there's Taco Bell napkins hanging out up here. Again, need to clean. Because there's also like, oh, okay, I know why you're here. Casey kept trying to grab you. She liked playing with you, Mr. Legion Soldier. Ripley, what the heck are you doing? You're being so loud. Yes, you. Yes, you, Mrs. Loud Puppy. Yeah, you. You being a dork? Huh? You being a dork? Yeah, look at you. You on live? You want live? You want live? Got a new little collar today. Yeah. Got a new little pink collar. That I still got to remove the tag on, it would seem. Over here next to the couch, Servo's taking a nap. As Servo do. Man, that's pretty much all of the Ultraman. Not nearly as much as like the Godzilla stuff, of course. Like Khan's probably like the least represented thing in this in the giant monsters. Oh, yeah, I also got like this guy up here too. From Towards the Future. Yeah, a lot of the Bandai vinyls, my bootleg 84 hands out up there. Random really old curtains that came with the thing that I just never got around to getting away from. So I gotta work on dusting this. This will be probably next week I'll work on that. It's also some McDonald's stuff from Casey's things hanging out up here. So I gotta spread these guys out a little better, but a lot of the X pluses. The statues hanging out up there. And then the really dark cases is where all the articulated ones are. So the monster arts and the highs. A couple other things hanging out in there. Got the Revolt Tex on the bottom. Oop, too fast. My little Playmates collection, which I'm surprised Casey leaves alone. Also, why is your wing down? The Hayas and Super 7s. My wing. There we go. Better. Warmer. This is currently the case that gets fudged with the most. So as you can see, everything's kind of knocked over because I'll go to do like photos or I'm working on commissions or 3D print parts and I'll just like yank them out. And they tend to take everything out with them. More monster arts. Also gotta clean the glass too here. Well, the monster arts got like an autographed comic book hanging out back there. Also, real quick. That's better. Ugh, Iris? We'll see. I was trying to look around. It's also one of my OG customs I've made. Is he back there? Oh, if I can get him out. That was in the sword. Oh, and we lost the sword. But my custom Douglas Gordon, who's actually autographed by Don Fry. On the back there. He's a kind of a kit bash figure and made the little whale tooth and such for him. Which I remember that one being such a pain because I got new to the customizing game. I didn't realize that the head took way less heat than the body in order to work with. So using a heat gun, I'm just gonna stick the sword there for him. Oh, get out of your vacuum. Also, what Be like, what the heck is this? I'm like, oh yeah, it's a little dog dude from Singular Point, the Nendoroid, the magnet legs. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know if I'm willing to get Iris out. So I have Iris in flight form. Oh, that's where that went. Let's look for that. I thought that was downstairs. Pretty sure I brought it up here so that I would not forget where it was, and then I forgot where it was. Kind of wish I could turn on the light on here. Oh, maybe I can. But super cool figure. Yeah, I wouldn't mind, but it's like one of those. The way it's currently set up, I need two hands in order to finesse with that. Also, the X Plus one's hanging out up here, which I also got to move around. Also, you'll see there's this one random Christmas thing hanging out, and it's like mid-August. I was just like, we got everything down. I was just like, I don't feel like unhooking everything because it tends to knock over some figures, and it just kind of sat around longer and longer. It's a good time. Good time indeed. Yeah, the Iris is really cool. I'm trying to remember what the one thing I really didn't like about it. There's something. I forget. I remember like the knee things, like to pop off a lot on it. Okay, I'm gonna stick the tailpiece for the giant knife head there. Close Casey's room. Oh, also, we're actually gonna go in my bathroom real quick. Because one thing I recently got, and I probably should do a video in my tiny little bathroom. We went to Hobby Lobby and we got the toilet paper holder. Which is really sweet. The Gold Rush, that I'll be working on probably after we get done streaming. Or when upstairs with Casey tonight. I'll probably sit at my table and up here and work on sculpting it a little bit while she's running around. Because like I said, I'm trying to do cleaning, and it's a little easier to clean when she's not here. Also, probably should do some video recording. Maybe I gotta try Gardas to come over Tuesday morning. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I wouldn't say fragile. The way, like, if you want him in the flight form, it definitely takes some finessing, for sure. If you don't plan on putting him in the flight form, then he's perfectly fine. Because I think the most problems I had though was like trying to get him in the flight form, get him in there, and then get the figures all around him without it smashing into anything. It also takes up so much space. Like you can see, like this thing is like the width of my body, and Iris takes up the entire thing. It's Iris, the OG X Plus Legion, and then just the Gamma is hanging out up there. Also, another thing that randomly knocked over. I see is out Pacific. What the hell's talking down here? Hey, Russell. This is where like they went to live for a little bit until I could figure out something a little bit better. But the Ling Ji-hoons are too tall for this. A little scared about that. A little terrified. Hey, since I got you here, just so you can see your fancy figure you're getting. Whoa. I'll make sure to dust him before I send him out. That's the other thing I gotta do. It is a real toy. Told you my house is weird. Toys just talk and do things. I don't understand. It was super cool. But the one thing is it's supposed to have like another missile piece that goes in under there. And for, like I said, for some odd reason, I bought it new in the box at like a flea market. And the guy had like a bunch of random Transformer toys and such. And I was like, that's cool, that's unique. Got it home, tape sealed, everything. Not retaped. And then it was just like I opened it up and like it's missing a missile. Like, and the figure's like 10 years old, so good luck trying to get a hold of a new one. Monster X, the Monster X is solid. The biggest problem you got with the Monster X is it has a hard time standing by itself, and for some odd reason with the Final Wars releases, which I don't actually, is he up here? Ah, he's actually fell over in the thing. I could maybe get him out. But he has like both him and both my Final Wars figures have the exact same problem where their stuff likes to pop off really easy. So I'll be like you can see like the tail tip is currently not on it. But it's a really good looking figure. But just like I said, has a hard time standing up by himself because he's really top heavy. So I almost recommend getting a stand for it. And then also, if you're messing around with it, make sure it's in a spot where you're not going to lose parts. Because like my Final Wars, like the hands like to pop off, the tail tip likes to pop off pretty easily. I'm sorry, Ripley, I stepped on your toy. Yeah, that was my thought. I was eventually just going to try to get one on eBay and find a random missile, and then just never got around to it. And then I started condensing down the Transformer collection and whatnot. So it's like I have like him, random black Arachnia from the animated series. That has like a really loose arm that I got in a Transformer a lot on eBay. The Samurai Megatron tank. I think it was No, actually, I don't. I was thinking it was Megatron, but I think it's supposed to be like Bludgeon. If I'm not mistaken, the cannon has a samurai sword in it. And then random cliff jumper. It's like the only things I haven't really sold yet, but I just haven't really tried either. To be fair. It's pretty much the primes and the masterpieces. Oh, just flip you guys around. The Hane on here are the only ones I really like to release Hane around. And then, of course, like the OG Transformers, the Dinobots, because my wife, again, it's like her favorite thing. Oh, my cankle just popped. So we have those. I wouldn't mind getting some more of like the Masterpiece / third-party Beast Wars ones at some point. I just haven't really gotten around to it. Especially now it's like a perfect time to be buying old figures because they're still the same prices as they once were. While newer stuff's getting more and more expensive. Thoughts of TMNT? Well, as you can see, it's one of my favorite things. We're actually probably going to go watch it in theaters tomorrow. Or not tomorrow. Tuesday. We're going to go Tuesday. I think is the game plan. That was like the first movie that I remember going to see in theaters. I was told I saw Land Before Time, but I don't remember it. But I do remember going to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is still my favorite movie of all time. Yeah, other than that, that's pretty much been kind of what's been going on the past couple days. Just been trying to tidy up a little bit around here. Also, that poor Godzilla mask. It's on the top of the light here. Ugh. Oh, yeah, as you can see all the dust coming off it. It was kind of sitting on here and looked presentable, and then it just kind of started sinking eventually. And now that I touched it with one hand, it's making it so much worse. Oh, there we go. It's a little better now, I think. And the random puppets and some posters that I gotta re-put up at some point. Ugh. You know what, since I got it down, hold on a second. Ugh. Oh, why does it smell like paint and thinner in here? Whew. Ugh. It's so hard to breathe in this thing. Oh. That was a bad idea. Oh, I just realized it's starting to... looks like it's starting to rot a little bit. That's unfortunate. Right on the bottom here. Feel it getting a little crispy. Not good. Not good at all. Honestly, probably not the best place to have it, but it's also a cheap mask, so it is what it is. Favorite Gigan figure? Ooh, that's a good one. I have a soft spot for the Treadmaster, I think is my answer. I do have a black Gigan. That's probably the oldest one I have. Oh no, actually the Treadmaster. Treadmaster's probably the oldest one. That one that hangs out on the back there? The giant 12-inch one? Yeah, that's true. Possibly. That's section 2. I could always like snip 2 if I really need to, just so it doesn't affect the rest of it. Oh, pain and suffering. I know. I'm streaming, puppy. I can't play with you right now. She's like, brings me a little ball. There, go get it. Have a good one. But yeah, like I said, I wasn't planning on really streaming super long today. Most people got a lot more questions to be asking. Because get off streaming, get back to work. I figure at least try to get something up because we've been kind of slacking on the channel this past few days. Ooh. Actually, glad I just noticed this Rodan's trying to take a nosedive. Don't need you guys falling, because if you guys fall, we're deep doo-doo. The Trimmaster Power Armor figures. It's about to be like, what the heck are you? Like, oh yeah, you're that new Bandai one, right? Better now. Oh, no, she just bugs me, period. She is the most neediest animal in the whole world. Yes, you are. You have to have constant attention. You have to be either that or sitting on me. If I lay down on the couch, your instincts is to just lay on top of my head or my chest. Usually you're laying on top of my chest trying to like rest your head next to mine. Usually what you're doing. Laying in bed's the exact same problem. Yeah. I know, you're a goof. You're a goof. Alrighty. So. It's getting pretty big. And that's still funny. Like, in the morning, I have issues because it's wet and dewy outside. So she doesn't want to go outside. She doesn't like her feet getting wet. She's so dainty. All right, Jeff. Yeah, I know you want to play. Problem is, I take you outside and we try to play fetch, but you don't bring the things back to me, and then you yell at me because I'm not throwing it. So you'll have it like halfway across the yard, and you'll be like, "Why aren't you playing with me? Why aren't you playing with me?" You go sit. Sit. Thank you. Go get it. So yeah, pretty much been it as of late. Cat's sleeping. It's usually what he does during the day. And yeah, I think that's really all I really got to share at the moment. So like I said, hopefully be doing some recording with our Naz in the next few days, so we can start getting some more videos back up, because we got to review the Anguirus that just came in. I actually picked up some Turtle movie figures not too long ago. And by not too long ago, I mean yesterday. Found the Playmates reissues of the original Turtles figures. Those are cool. Found a Rezar with the jankiest looking eyes. I think it's got a little bit of character. It kind of makes me feel like it's older because the paint job on it's kind of whatever. You can tell somebody at the factory really wasn't trying that hard to line up the eyes. It's got Monster Arts problems, right? Yeah, other than that, I don't really have too many figures I'm really waiting for coming in. I think the only emails I got were for the Gundams, which I ended up canceling in the hopes of that I'll just find them out in the wild. Hey, Gaga. Oh, I can do one more little tour real quick before I get off. If anything, actually, the stuff I got waiting to come in is, like I said, so magic cards. Currently, this is the one I've been working on. Is the Tifa. Funny enough, I mainly have like so far my 3 commander decks are all like the Universe Beyond stuff. So I have Tifa, Y'shtola from Final Fantasy 14, and an Indominus Rex deck. You think I would have a Godzilla one, but none of them are good. Like Biolante is probably the most competitive one. I would think like Ghidorah's is a generically powerful card, but like Biolante is the one that's just like sets up combo decks real easy. Oh, the Shin Godzilla one's probably my favorite one just because the art's so sweet on it. Okay, one quick little last tour of the Godzilla stuff. Like I said, it's a bit of a hodgepodge mess right now. Because I've mainly been worried about cleaning up other stuff, and then we'll eventually get to the Godzilla stuff. Cool little -1 cup topper. Wish I had the straw, though, but beggars can't be choosers. The giant Jax one hanging on the back. And this shelves is pretty much all the Bandai vinyls. Behind the gate, which I have mainly here for the dog than anything. It's just more Bandai vinyls, but a lot of them are tipped over because between my child and the dog running into the fence periodically just knocked them over. I can't show the Zilla stuff, sadly, because we have mail there. Up here is the Ultramans. Some X pluses and the power armors. Along the top here, too, is mainly Godzilla prints. Got some movie posters hanging out here and there. Oh, yeah. Here is the Ultraman stuff. Gotta open it nicely. Ultraman, like some tokusatsu stuff. Mainly the Japanese things. Some Gridman. More figure arts Ultramans that are randomly knocked over. Because initially, Casey has this little playpen that I had set up that I made into a fort that she keeps ripping the top off. And it was sitting in front of here, which is why everything was knocked over. Which I haven't gotten to yet. Well, funny enough, we still do skip videos. I'd say most of the newer reviews, we've done skits for them. It's just nobody really watched them. So everybody thinks we don't do them anymore. I also had some Stevie Toy Room not that long ago of like the Zilla puppet and opening packs and Pokemon packs because that was like a big thing at the time. Then the Monster Arts cabinet with some Revoltex spread about in there, some autograph stuff. The Gameras with the one old X Plus Legion. The Hayas hang on here, which, like I mentioned earlier, kind of get destroyed pretty easy because it's the one I currently am like working on the most commissions for with the beam effects. Other Monster Arts cabinet. Yeah, I got busted the crate a little bit more for sure. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Where did I put? Oh, okay, he's in there. I was like, where the heck did Shiryu go? Evangelion Mechagodzilla. Bunch of Playmates hanging out down here. Or not Playmates, Treadmasters. Have Steve Cray face off against Zilla. That would be a pain. Only because I don't know how best to... Like, I guess you just tripod it and one hand in the other. It's just going to look like they're just face kissing. And up here is like the marmots, some con stuff. And just random stuff hanging off the light over here with some puppets and what have you. So nothing too crazy. I think the problem with the Godzilla stuff is just more of I need more space to put things up at the moment. So it's like another bookshelf over in the corners would be kind of cool. I'm tempted to possibly replace the sectional, because if I replace the sectional, like a bookshelf, go there and do like small couch chair, something like that would get more space for stuff. Am I just randomly looking outside? Then over here too is just more of the Pacific Rim guys. This is mainly like the uprisings and the big guys that don't really fit anywhere. You know, here. And then the super fancy Shigoken. Like I said, thankfully Casey leaves that stuff alone, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. Like, Cat, are you stealing the dog's water? He has his own water bowl and everything, and he like refuses to use it and just comes to drink out of Ripley's and then cleans his feet in it. That's what kitty do. That is what kitty do. But anyways, you can help us defeat this guy just by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. We also got Instagram, Patreon, TikTok, Facebook. Guys, like you about the day channel donate. Greatly would appreciate it. We also have links in the description for entertainment or if you're buying your stateside collectibles there. Calcus is also down below. If you guys are picking up Hive figures, still my go-to place for importing those if you're looking to get them. They even have a stateside warehouse, so you don't have to worry about the tariff thing as much. Shipping's incorporated too in the prices. And you can save 6% off your order. Code Steve Calcus at checkout. And we also have an Etsy shop. If you guys like to get commissions done, we have custom beams over there as well. Yeah, that's pretty much been it. It was originally Shins, and I just cleaned them out and just repurposed it for Ripley. And it's a weird dog because she like doesn't eat that much. Like she'll eat a little bit here and there, and like throughout the day, I'll notice the bowl gets a little smaller here and there. But anyways, see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah, we got a Patreon too. If you guys like to help support that way, donates. Another good way to get me doing more videos. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys next one. Nope, trying to figure out where the X button is.